trying to figure out how we can support our community with people with disabilities. And I think the idea of not having the knowledge out there is in making all of us not pay attention in supporting our fellow citizens with disabilities. Okay. I want to finish with the point that I had about how you can advocate for people with disabilities without having direct contact with a disabled person, because the best advocates are parents, loved ones, because they know how to connect to the person with disabilities. They know how to fight for them. So you that don't, you have no idea about it, there's simple things that you can do. One, you have to see the individual. Don't turn your eyes away from them. You have to see them. You have to engage with them. And when you see them, you have to make simple talks, right? And this talk is basically you just asking them questions about their disabilities. If they can't talk to their caretakers and ask them questions about their disability. And it's the next thing we have to do is you have to be engaging in actively listening to them, by looking at them, by acknowledging their suffering. Okay. And other thing is also respecting their rights to make decisions, right? Some the child or individual with disabilities don't want any help. All they want is for you to give them money. Anything else you present to them, they don't want it. You have to respect that. But at the same time, you have to give them the risk and the benefit of what the decision is. Okay. Also, you have to promote accessibility, right? At the banks, having ramp for wheelchairs. We have to really advocate to have that accessibility. And if any government building doesn't have it, it's our right as as citizens to ask the questions why. Why can't a disabled person go to the bank? Because you don't have the things. The counter is this high, you know, and they can't even get to the counter. They need to be counters that are lower, you know, so that they can have interactions. So these are the little things that we as individuals have to fight for our disabled people in our community to make it accessible for them. Okay. You have to also be mindful in how you talk to them about their future. Okay. How do you plan for the future? Sometimes as a parent, you are scared. Who's going to take care of my disabled child? Understand my child the way I do, right? So you have to actually start talking to them, either the caretaker or the individual themselves. How are you going to take care of yourself? You can't be begging on the street 24/7 to just have a meal to eat. That is not it. You know, there have to be a better way in talking to them about their future. Maybe they don't have the skills they need. Then we have to provide those skills, right? The transportation. Can they get into the cars easily? Are they scared of cars? I remember when I went to Keta, I was told that there was a child with who's autistic, and she could not get into a car. The mother had to walk her everywhere because she was scared of the car, the trotro, of the taxi, anything doing with the car, she will not get in. So the mother walk for miles, or she just leave the child, you know, so that she can go and do things. So with that case, you have to break down The goal is for her to get in a car, but you have to break down the activity to get the child to get in the car. So something like that, I was telling the parent, you have to get the child to be around the car that is not even turned on. Touch the car, open the car, see if the child can even put the head in the car. Those are just little tricks, and you can't just hold the child, force the child into the car. You're only making the fear worse. The child has to come to their understanding that the car is safe, and so you have to ease that to the child. Okay, and the next time you don't move the car, turn the car on, see the child will touch the car on. If not, that means it's the noise that is coming from the car that's affecting the child. Maybe you have to gradually assess it. This kind of assessment a parent can do. Anybody can do it. But you have to know how you actually can do the assessment. What steps you can take for the goal. The goal is the child should be in the car. You know? So that's what I'm saying, that advocating doesn't really mean getting on the radio station, TV, holding a sign. Advocating is so simple. It just takes you to be attentive and know where the need know where the need is, and find the solution.